back to Palm, Peace of Mind. And if you haven't joined us before, you're joining us now. It's me, Richard, and we also got Diego, and we got Carlos.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Unless it's your first time, welcome. Glad to have you here with us.
Yeah. Grab a seat, grab a popcorn, and enjoy this ride.
It's like bend your wife. That's
for the Patreon.
We are great background noise, by the way. Great background noise. So if you're plowing your wife, we're here.
Here, let me set the mood. You done?
Yeah, that was it. Man,
Oh.
that's longer than me.
All right, today's episode, guys, we are going to talk about your very first video game or video game experience. Who wants to go first this time?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right.
I think the very first game I ever played that I can recall back to was Mortal Kombat on Super Nintendo. Yeah, I think I was like 5. I shouldn't be playing that game. Yeah, it was very brutal. I just remember, simple controller, Super Nintendo. Got your simple buttons and you just smash the fuck out of it.
I think
button mashing.
when that game dropped, I think it was like one of the first games ever to be rated M for mature. Right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
yes.
so that's some history there.
Who bought you the game?
It actually wasn't it wasn't mine. It was my cousin's, and he would bring it over sometimes, and they would just plug it in, I think we were just babysitting him, or my parents were, whatever. Just bring it in, plug it in, let the kids destroy their mind with this violent video game.
Man.
But yeah.
Analog cable, remember that?
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's the very first game I remember.
Yeah.
Because I remember Raiden doing like super cool moves, and then you got Liu Kang. Yeah. Get over here, classic.
Yeah.
Finish him.
Yeah, dude. And I still love that game to this day, man. It's a fucking classic.
Now the only time I ever hear somebody say "finish him" is when my wife tells me to do it. Finish me. I'm like, I can't.
Why did I? The magic words.
I'm about to finish on you.
But yeah, good times.
Man, the Super Nintendo then. I think I remember just going downstairs one day, back when I lived with my parents, and all my other older siblings lived there too, but my brothers were in the basement, and I remember walking into my second oldest brother's room, and I just remember seeing this box on the floor. I had no idea what it was. I think I was like 4. And there was the little zapper gun right next to it.
Oh.
So it was the Nintendo.
Yeah.
It was like that really old gray box one.
Yeah, the big old thick boy.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing the zapper. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
And my brother comes in and he's like, hey, what are you doing in here? I'm like, well, what is this? He's like, oh, here. And he turns it on and Duck Hunt.
Yeah, there you go.
Like,
that was also mine. I basically had 2. Mine was a collab. It was the Duck Hunt / Mario.
That's the same game that we had.
Yeah.
Duck Hunt is what he put on for me the first time. And I was just blown away. I was like, holy smoke, how am I actually shooting these ducks? But I mean, I was 4 years old. My aim was terrible. I had the gun like right by the screen, and I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're not even getting the fucking receiver.
No, man, you're not even getting close to the damn thing. But then he turns it off and he switches it over to Mario, and that's when I was hooked.
Yeah, there you go.
Man, freaking Mario, the 2D platforming stuff is like you're controlling this little guy. You're on a motherfucking adventure, We didn't have the old Legend of Zelda game, so I never knew about that until the Super Nintendo came out.
Yeah.
And it was my other brother who got the Super Nintendo, and I went into his room, and there was this brand new fucking box sitting on the floor with 2 little controllers sticking out. And I think the first game I played on that one was some kind of helicopter, like shooting game. You were dropping bombs and shooting.
Is it overview?
Nukes, yeah.
And then it was like go on a straight line, and then you just like
at a diagonal kind of,
Yeah, and you gotta like move it every once in a while. I remember that game.
Yes. That was my first game on the Super Nintendo. And then fucking Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, and that fucking blew my mind. I love that game. I still do now. But, whew, man, fucking good times on that shit.
A lot of hours spent.
Yeah.
But it's funny though, because, you know, Super Nintendo was my first system playing.
You made me feel old now.
But I remember somehow we acquired a NES, the original one.
Yeah, isn't that the big one, the fat one? Is the NES, right? Yeah, I'm pretty
we
sure.
somehow
I
acquired one, and I was playing it, right? You know, whatever. You know, we got Duck Hunt and Mario, and like, I'm playing it, and I'm just looking at the screen, and I'm like, this is garbage. I'm going back to my Super Nintendo. But being naive and, you know, a little kid, you know, better graphics, better, you know, gameplay and
all the time. Yeah.
It's like you don't appreciate that kind of shit until you're older and you revisit that shit. Like when they recently when they came out with the minis, like this one here.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
That shit sold out quick. It's so hard to fucking get a hold of these damn things. But that one I think we found at a Walmart, the NES, it's in the cabinet over there, it's in a box. And then the Super Nintendo, we went to a midnight launch for the
I heard about that when they redropped it. Yeah.
Yeah, we went to the midnight launch.
Who was that?
I had to fucking get it.
The rapper Logic, I heard him, he was talking about that. He said that they were doing a redrop of them or whatever. Yeah, the rapper.
Of this one?
Yeah.
The Super Nintendo?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I just hit my elbow.
But ever since that video game, in Mortal Kombat, dude, video games has been, you know,
part of your life.
Part of my life. It's the way I de-stress. It's the way I have fun. You know, I do admit sometimes I go a little overboard and spend maybe 8 to 12 hours sometimes. You know, back in the old days. Now, I barely have time to play, but that's another story.
Mine was the NES, and I remember I was like, again, I was living in Florida at the time, and then my uncle pretty much brought it, and here's one of those things that surprised me. You guys picked those games, but like mine was like Mario and Duck Hunt, and the funny thing about Duck Hunt, you ever notice that was the only thing that Zapper was for, just for Duck Hunt. You never played any other game for the Zapper. See, like what other games do you think of?
It has so much potential. Really.
Yeah. See,
I like how
it was kind of the future at the time.
Yeah, but I like how it was just that. But they had two guns.
Yeah.
They had the gray one and the orange one.
Yep.
I'm like, what?
But being Nintendo, I can see why they just stuck with Duck Hunt, man. Like they're kind of more like the kid friendly.
Yeah.
More family oriented.
Yeah,
because I knew there was like a battle between, you know, Nintendo and Atari.
Yeah.
And Atari was doing more gruesome games. So I mean, imagine Nintendo with a gun shooting people.
Atari at the time was just kind of like. Sales for the Atari were slowing down.
Yeah.
Games just fucking sucked, and then Nintendo came in with.
It was Sega and Nintendo.
I think Nintendo came first. Sega maybe down the road at some point, but I'm not really sure.
The thing with the NES thing I was trying to aim at here is the other game that I'm surprised you guys have you guys ever played it? My uncle got pretty much 2 controls for this reason. He also had Double Dragon. You guys ever played Double Dragon?
Yeah.
Is that for the Super
Battletoads?
Nintendo or
Battletoads?
the NES?
NES, I believe the first version. And it was like, that's what it was. It was cool because that was the first one of the first like co-op ones ever. You know, you run up and, oh my god, I'm with my freaking uncle. We're beating the shit out of these dudes, you know, going ham on them. And then when Battletoads came out, I think that was for the Super Nintendo. And that shit was crazy because they even did a collab on that game with the Double Dragons.
Really?
So
I don't remember that, but...
On Battletoads, you could play as the Double Dragons or you could play as the Battletoads.
Yeah.
But like, I really liked them. Then they made Battletoads 2. But the crazy part is, I don't know if you know, but Battletoads is one of the games in history that people actually have never finished because it was that hard to play.
It was that
hard to play.
Yeah.
Even with the co-op, it was that hard to play. So I never even finished it myself, but I just remember getting a couple missions.
Is that the game that has that famous cheat code, up, down, left, right, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That one, you ever heard of that one?
Yeah, up, down, left, right,
or is
A, B.
Yeah,
the crazy part is
a different game.
I didn't even know I had cheat codes until I was like older, I guess. I never knew I had cheat codes.
Yeah, same until I got like Nintendo 64 or PlayStation.
I think like when the internet started coming around and people started using it more, and I think one of the first clips that I saw that showed me that you could glitch the games out was Link to the Past. That somebody could beat the game in 5 minutes. I'm like, bullshit. And I clicked on the video and I watched it and he glitched the game and 5 minutes. I can beat the game. I'm like, oh man, that's when I was introduced.
And Diego's like, oh, this time wasted.
No, I was like, man, that kind of takes the fun out of it. You know, I don't want to fucking do that. Fuck that. I like to enjoy the games, but like speedrunners was a thing even since fucking way back when. I didn't know that.
YouTube came out, probably.
Some people just even watch speedrunners and don't even play the game at all. Like
I might be mixing it up here. Was it YouTube or Google that was started in like 2006? No, Google was around what, 2003? YouTube started in 2006, I think.
Not too sure. I never really looked into that.
All I know is I'm older than them.
Same.
Yeah.
But you guys ever go to like Chicago? You go to the God, what's that stinking store? Like it's like oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue. What the hell do you call
What
it?
is it? What is it? What is it?
It's an outlet mall.
Oh, I'm not too sure.
Like them pure Mexican run
Oh,
stalls.
it's
Like the pool guys and stuff?
Yeah, that stuff. You would walk in.
Swaparama. There you go.
You walk in and you see like all the bootleg video systems.
Yeah, it is Swaparama. Yeah.
Dude, man, I can't believe they fucking did that shit. We bought one just to take it to Mexico, and then.
You got a box X180.
My cousins,
SP3.
my cousins are like, hey, they got a Super Nintendo arcade down the road. Do you want to go play? I'm like, no, we have it right here. Like, well, no way. I'm like, is this really like not a thing down here for you guys? You just have an arcade. You don't buy the systems. It's like, what's a system? I'm like, oh, okay, you're not from America.
What a jerk.
But yeah. Continue, Richard. What was your next system after that? God damn, this fucking table hit my elbow on it.
Sorry. We seem to have difficulty in the studio. I mean, after that, yeah, I freaking got the 64. Like, well, you know, the Super Nintendo. The hard part with the Super Nintendo is I don't remember how much I had to play on that. I mean, besides like the Double Dragons and all that. That's the problem with all that. But then after that, I also got the 64. You know, I never had an Atari. I believe I had a Dreamcast for a little bit.
I know I had a Sega.
I don't think I had a Sega either.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
My cousin had a Sega though.
Pinball Sonic the Hedgehog would always be my rage quitter, man. That game was.
I was gonna say, if you say you like that game, we're not friends, because that shit pissed me off.
Well, when you don't really have options like today, so once you get the game, you have the game.
Yeah, you're stuck with the game.
Yeah, you can't take it back. I mean, you probably could, but. You can't, uninstall it and download another game like you do now, but...
Did you ever get GoldenEye for the 64?
I played that with my cousin. I never really got it, but I played it with my cousin. I don't know if Javier mentioned my cousin Marco. He had that. I mean, the game I played by myself when I had it, I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but like it makes me laugh because I always tell people, there's those Geico commercials, the Gecko. And then I always tell people, he was in a video game? But I fuck with people all the time. He wasn't in a video game. But it was Gex. You ever played Gex?
Gex, Spy Lizard.
Yes, the Spy Lizard. Yes, I played the shit out of Gex. It was so fun. Like, I was like, wow, this is so good. My question is, that's actually one of those where I'm surprised they haven't tried rebooting it. But maybe that's one of those things you gotta let rest.
One of those games is like a hit or miss. Either some people like it and other people don't. I think the majority
of people it was a fun game, though. Yeah, I played the crap out of it.
Yeah. But GoldenEye, dude, me and Yazda would smash hours.
Did you know that they brought it back for the Switch?
For the Switch, yeah.
I heard about that.
It's like cleaned up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The graphics are still the same.
I need to go buy it so I can play, but
you have to have the stupid membership.
No membership for the 64.
The expansion plus.
Yeah.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's how you get their money.
That's why we gotta be old school. We have to go buy it all over again.
I know.
Which I bet GoldenEye now is probably expensive as hell.
It is. What I'm saying is, like, remember when games were released and they were full games? Now you have games that are partly finished, and you get all this.
Destiny.
Yeah.
What?
You get all this bullshit DLC.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah.
See, now the next part here is what really makes us a man. All right. Xbox or PS2? See.
Wait. Are you talking about when they both came out, or are you talking about
what did you pick?
Well, they both. Believe it or not, I believe they said that the PS2 came out. Then after that, the Xbox came out, and they were comparing the graphics to each other.
So hold on. So PlayStation was out before Xbox, before Microsoft.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh then.
Dude, PlayStation was literally, I think, right after the end of 64. Like, I think right after that, then the PlayStation came out, and then the discs were coming out.
I think we got a PlayStation. We got the small one.
We got a PlayStation. Well, we got a PlayStation 1, right? Because that's what's next. That's the next step.
That's why. That was only it. There was never an Xbox.
So you had to have the PlayStation 1. And dude, the games on that fucking blew my little 10-year-old mind, man.
Yeah.
Did you ever? There was. I don't know if it was a Jurassic Park game.
Dino
Crisis?
Crisis?
Like you were that little dinosaur walking through the jungle or some shit. I don't remember what game it was. It could have been Jurassic Park. But, man.
I think it was Jurassic Park.
But I don't think you were a dino. I think you were a human, weren't you?
No. I know it's like you're like a little mini...
Little... what the hell do they call them in the movies? They're like the little tiny
Velociraptors?
scavengers.
No, they're like
They're like-
they group up and like they take you out like in a
They're
group.
like about yay high.
They're not the raptors.
It's the one with that little girl was on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, when she gets separated from her parents on the island.
I
and the
forgot.
little-
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, but there was that game.
Wait, this was for the PS1.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Dude,
was
we
it.
skipped over Sega.
Because what games do you know about Sega? That's the and then
Sonic.
I
too,
mean, we had Sega. Dude, my sisters played the shit out of that Barbie game.
I had Sega, but I think the only game I ever remember playing on that was just Sonic.
Sonic.
Oh, and Crazy Taxi.
Dude.
Yeah, see, Crazy Taxi. That was the classic. Like,
You know what? Other
Killer
game?
Instincts, I think, was on there.
No, that was on the Super.
I
Nintendo.
played that on the
No, that
64.
was also on the Sega too.
I played that on the
Are
64.
you sure?
Yeah,
because Sega also had Mortal Kombat,
and
but it was
But
less
that-
violent.
and it was
think-
on the 64. I promise you.
I think Killer Instinct was. Well, I remember the 64 version.
Yeah,
But Killer Instinct was a Super Nintendo exclusive. I think I've never seen it for Sega.
I thought it was on Sega. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
I just remember it being on fucking Super Nintendo because I remember the big R
Yeah.
layer. Like the
Yeah.
same people that made Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong was another fucking game that just put you on edge for the fucking Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
Like that one. What the hell? It's that one level where you're in one of them little mine carts. That fucking level.
Oh yeah, then you gotta
Some
jump the
Donkey
carts and
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
I remember those.
Fucking the 64 though. Like when that came out, that was like one of the bigger consoles at the time, and like games like Mario 64. That game was fucking incredible.
Mario Kart.
Dude, I never even played that one. I played Mario
Perfect
Kart.
Dark.
I don't think I played that
was
one either.
great, dude. That's basically like GoldenEye, but you're
Yeah.
more undercover, like a rogue spy, really.
I was gonna say it's like GoldenEye, but with the lights off.
It was perfect. But the best game I remember for the 64 for me was Conker's Bad Fur Day.
And
That was the most
Squirrel.
rated M game for Nintendo that they ever came out with. Oh my god, dude, I would play the fuck out of that game, dude.
I remember you and Javier talking about it when you guys were here.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
I was like, "Do you have Conkers?" I'm like, "No."
that's because
I'm going home.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
No, dude, that was really good. That was a crazy game for the time.
that was one of those ones we played with my cousin. Man, we used to play with Marco, and like it was crazy. I didn't know like
I
It was
feel
such a
like I
graphic
know
game.
Marco.
you Tony. You probably met him, but yeah,
Probably did.
he pretty much has all that stuff now. So that's what's crazy. He showed us all those games when it came to those, like when they came out at the time. I didn't even know, and then it's crazy now because it turns out that game's worth a lot of money right now, and my cousin Marco still has it. So
Conkers?
yeah, he still has
It's-
Conkers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's worth some money. Even like without the box.
And it's because it's considered like one of the top 10 first mature games ever.
It is. It's
So-
it was dude. I should not be playing that game at
Oh,
the age I was.
On 64, they were showing you titties of some flowers. Like,
Yep,
you were seeing
yeah.
flower titties.
That was in Conkers?
That was
was
in
in
Conkers,
Conkers.
Man,
yeah.
I never played that game.
And then there was
Fuck.
the caveman Oonga Boonga fucking lockers.
Yeah,
Dude,
see?
you're like this little squirrel and this giant woman, and
Yeah.
you're just staring at these knockers, and then you're like,
Yeah,
Damn.
why do I feel funny?
Mom,
yeah. And then
something going on in my pants now.
they did drop a reboot for the Xbox, but that one was
It was not as good as
Yeah.
Conker's Live and Reloaded.
Yeah,
I remember
that was
game.
not as good.
But yeah, dude, the multiplayer on there, me, Yasmin, my brothers, any friends
Up
that
to
came
4
over,
people, yeah.
up to
really
4
good.
people, and you just go around killing each other, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it was like a battle royale.
It was, and there was also
it's more
like...
like team deathmatch. You just or free for all, or just
But it was like a shooter game, or
well,
It
the
was
main
like a
game.
cartoony...
The main game was more like this adventure of the squirrel that
Yeah.
you know
That's some
gets
crazy
drunk
shit.
at a bar, and his life just goes fucking from 0 to 100.
Bro, he fights a doo-doo monster. They call him a caca man, I believe. No, yeah, like he fights a doo-doo monster.
He
Like,
does.
he curses and everything. He
How
literally says
have
shit,
you not
obviously.
played this game, dude?
dude, we never bought that shit.
And you're not never even heard of it either? Like, oh yeah. it's
I've
good.
never heard about it until these guys brought it up, and that was here.
Yeah.
Dude, that game was amazing. Yeah, the adventures that he goes through is just crazy because they do some like spoofs. They do the Matrix.
Yeah.
They do Aliens.
Yeah.
They do caveman shit.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, dude, me, Yasmin, and my buddies, my brothers, man, So many good memories playing that game.
What was your first all-nighter game?
And that's what I tell you. It goes back to what I was
Oh,
saying
that
before.
goes back.
It has to go to the PS2. So that's what I was saying. Like,
Crash.
I'll be honest. It came.
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot. You could spend hours playing that.
But what was your first all-nighter? What was a game that you were playing that you just had to fucking...
That's what I'm saying. I think on the PS2, it had to be that Jet Li game that came out. If you guys ever played it, I think it was called Rise to Honor, I believe.
I think it was for the PS2.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto for me.
Yeah. You guys never played that game with the Jet Li? Really? Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, it's like
I did the Jackie Chan one. That was fucking awesome.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, they had Jackie Chan stuff, man. Yeah.
Dude, that was epic.
This shit was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fucking Jackie Chan.
It was cool. I liked it, dude.
I didn't like
it was
those
good.
like, triangle fucking hands that he had.
What'd you expect? But
Like,
I enjoyed it.
The opening cutscene made no fucking sense.
Ah, uncle.
But what were we saying, Richard, about what?
Oh, well, I mean, here's the thing I think I told you guys before. I'm a fan of, like, horror games, and it really took the PS2 where I really started liking horror games, and I got into, like, Silent Hill, Fatal Frame. I don't know if you guys ever heard of those, or, like, they're, like, basically, I like the horror games because I like the idea of, like, you ever watch a horror movie, and you're like, you can't really control it. Well, in a horror game, you can control that, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Were you those...
Like, you're like the person, like, don't go in that fucking room.
Yeah.
I'm not going in
And
there.
then, but then if I play the game, I'm like, I'll go in that room, and I got this big old gun and sword, I'm about to fuck somebody up, bro.
Were you the kind of person to watch movies through your fingers?
Never. Never.
I mean, I guess if it was the nude scenes and I'm with my mom, you're like, don't be watching that. Peep a little eye out.
When they released Resident Evil, I think I remember watching somebody play it. I never played it myself. I was too much of a wuss at the time.
Dude, I think I got that for the 64.
I'm about to say, Resident Evil, when it first came out, too, was also for the 64. That's
Resident
crazy.
Evil 2. I remember playing that on the 64.
Did you know, too, the 64 version had alternate costumes compared to the remakes that they made?
Really?
Yeah, it turned out you had alternate costumes in that. So.
Yeah, I remember. That was my first horror game.
You probably had to unlock them like through a certain way, right?
But I had to unlock everything else, too.
Yeah.
Jill Valentine.
A triangle.
Like, oh, wait, what? The triangle?
Oh, the pixels.
The triangle punani.
If you know what we're talking about, you know.
Tomb Raider.
Them triangle.
Yeah, see.
Tomb Raider was also a good one on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
I only played it because of the...
Wait, well, you guys didn't tell me, though. Were you guys a PS2 or were you guys an Xbox guy?
No, we said PlayStation.
Oh,
PlayStation.
All of you? Oh, so now you guys are... Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So.
my brother got the PS2, and I think one of the first games he got for it was Grand Theft Auto, Simpsons Home.
Oh, Hit and Run?
Yeah.
It's like the San Andreas for
Yeah.
Simpsons version. I remember that was fun.
Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, yeah,
Jack and Dexter.
Oh, yeah. I like the Jack and Dexter.
That
Especially the
was so
second
cool.
one. The second one was probably my favorite. And that was the one where he went into town and he finally got the gun and all that shit and he started blasting.
Dude,
Because the first one was like that Crash Bandicoot type of vibe. Yeah.
Seeing my brother play Jack and Dexter, like he had no fucking clue what he was doing.
Yeah.
Even when I started playing video games and the Game Boy Advance came out and they did the remake for Link to the Past and I was playing it, I guess I got to a certain part and he was watching over my shoulder. He was like, "How'd you pass that?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "How'd you pass that? You never got to this point?" It's like, "I didn't even know this part of the game existed." I was like, "Oh, all right, cool."
Sit down, loser. Let me show you.
So I guess he's never beaten the game before.
Yeah.
Man, that's kind of sad.
Oh, dude, that happened to me too. It was funny. It was like one of those things Javier had to do for me. It was like San Andreas came out and I got to the point in the game where you have to learn how to go to flight school. I don't know how many of you guys remember that shit, but you have to go to learn flight school. I tried, and I failed. I stopped playing the game for like 2 years. And then Javier came and he's like, "Can I play Grand Theft Auto?" I was like, "Sure." I was trying to beat this mission, but I never got to beat it. Javier beat it on the first try. Yeah, but
There's just some people that are better at it than you.
That was me. I was always the one like, "Big brother, come beat this level for me." I'm like, "All right, here I come."
Oh, dude, I beat it after that.
Oh,
I beat
yeah.
the rest of it. So.
Stand aside.
You're lucky.
Oh.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You ruined it. But no, yeah.
I remember coming in fucking all cocky and shit, like, "Stand aside, guys, I got this." And I fucking died right away. I was like,
That was Mario Kart.
"Never mind, guys."
I thought I knew what was happening here.
They're like, Theo, can you beat this game for us?" I was like, "Yeah, shit, I got this, no problem." Oh, never mind, guys. Here you go.
I'm tired.
I gotta go, guys. It's because I'm tired.
I can't. No, but yeah, and then after that, it was what Richard brought up. You had to pick one, Xbox or PlayStation. So
I was always PlayStation.
I ended up picking up the PlayStation, and somehow down the road, an Xbox ended in my house.
Yeah,
nobody bought it.
And that's the funny
I
part.
think somebody just left it there.
I ended up having.
For real, because I don't remember where it came from.
I ended up having an Xbox too later on in life, but I don't remember how I got it. That's the weird part.
I remember the big old original Xbox. It was fucking another thick boy.
Yeah.
And
I swear to God, Microsoft just broke into people's houses and dropped it off.
Please play this.
please. But no, actually, Halo was probably one of my favorite games to play on there.
I would say the graphics were phenomenal for
Yeah.
like at the time.
For its time.
Yeah, at the time, yes.
At the time.
Yeah, I think playing Halo was probably the only game I really liked on Xbox. Other than that, I would usually just play the PS2.
I would say I played The Warriors on the Xbox. You ever played that game?
Oh, dude, I love the Warriors.
And it was made by Rockstar, so it was like a really good game too.
That's back Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Fucking.
What the fuck?
It's
You're
based
playing
off the movie The
characters
Warriors.
from the movie, yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
movie
You
was
mean
really
like
good too.
the drink Rockstar?
No, you know what Rockstar quit playing, dude. Yeah.
Get out of my house.
Yeah.
This is my house.
This is my house. I'm the captain now.
We're in my studio.
The wife's gonna be like, "Why are you sitting outside?"
Doreen comes up. He kicked you out again, didn't he? Yeah.
You said something stupid on the show again, didn't you?
So back to the podcast. So we have another person out. But like, that was a good game on there. I mean, then after that, obviously, like, it's weird. I would say this is where I tell people it does 360, but well, literally that. I literally went to 360 and stuck with Xbox after that.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, obviously the PS3 came out, but I didn't buy the PS3. I got the 360 right away.
I bought the PS3 too.
I actually.
My brother bought the Xbox 360, but I got the PS3.
The way I got my 360 was one of those things where it's the same thing. We're going back to our whole mom things, and that was one of those things where I appreciate my mom. It turns out my mom's boss' son didn't want his 360 anymore because they had the Red Ring of Death. So he literally gave it to my mom, and my mom did some research at the time. I don't remember what it was, but it turns out you were able to return your Xbox and get it repaired for free. And my mom literally did that, and she sent it, and we got it fixed, and I basically got like a new Xbox 360 at the time. So from there, I was able to play all the games I wanted. And my first game I ever actually played on the 360, I'll never forget. My mom bought me. It was on sale, and it got me into it. Assassin's Creed.
Ooh, which one?
The first one. The first
Dude,
Assassin's Creed.
that was a good game, man.
Yeah, that one was really good. It was a fantastic time. I played the crap out of it, and the graphics were amazing. I was like, oh my god, this game is a wow.
It is. I'm over here sneaking around killing people.
Yeah. And that's the one I tell
save
people.
the world.
I tell people all the time. People don't realize it, but I tell people all the time that he had kunais. That was the only one who had kunais. Then after that, the other assassins don't have kunais.
And then it just got fucking wonky from
Yeah, and then from there,
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, so then from all that, it got crazy.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, what other games did you guys have for 360?
I didn't really play it that much. I mean, it was there. I mean, my brother's, that was his. So whenever I asked or she wanted to play a game together, we would. But Call of Duty mostly, Black Ops. After that, after like the whole internet came, like you can put it on your console and you can play with fucking random people from across the world. That's when we started playing more of like the online shooters.
I remember that idea being so foreign to the older generation because everybody got used to like, hey, come over to the house, we'll play video games. Now it's like, hey, do you want to get on fucking Call of Duty?
Online, yeah.
And they're like, yeah. It's like, all right, go to your house.
Yeah.
What?
Definitely.
Yeah, I'll meet you online.
It's like I remember, like you guys don't play in the same house anymore.
Yeah,
It's like,
people
no.
miss that couch play.
It's like, God, Dad, you're so old.
Yeah.
Fuck you too.
That
little
couch play was a
turd.
shit though, yeah.
But no, yeah, once we got internet and then, we connected our consoles up online and that was the wild days of fucking shit talking online, dude.
Yeah.
That's when
You,
that shit started.
especially on Xbox, dude, you have these 5-year-old kids making you cry. They're talking shit. Oh, come over and fuck your mom.
Just fuck you. Oh, you turned off the mic. Okay.
Yeah.
I would hit him with the, I don't care. My mom's my dad. How you feeling?
I feel it.
I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna fuck your mom. It's like, joke's on you. I got 2 dads.
Yeah. Which one you fucking, bro?
No, but yeah, dude, that was some wild times, man. Those, I think that's really the most late nighters I done. Like in a rows, cause you know you're a child at that time and you got no responsibilities, just playing games every day until like 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Dude, I said it once. I was like, now that we're this age, we're just kids with money.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
We are.
Yeah.
I got some cool toys out.
Yeah, I must say, now I buy shit because I couldn't buy it before, so.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I think. That's where everybody fucking is, honestly.
Yeah.
Like back in the day when your parents would say no to you, and now look at this.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I got more figured
Yeah,
out.
you got a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, it's
Hope this isn't bad.
Carlos, no, Carlos, please.
I think like my first online was got to be Modern Warfare 2. When that shit dropped, I was playing Modern Warfare 2 online, and man, that was a good time. Me and Javier went ham on that. And that was the crazy part was like I would break the game and Javier's like, I got like 3 more copies. Here you go.
Javier would be the one. He
dude,
would be.
Javier was on the grind on that, so we were.
No worry,
on the
I broke one last week too.
As you can tell, we're still on it to this day. He's the guy who convinces me. I stopped playing for like a minute, and then he was like, dude, there's new ones. Come try it out. Come try it out. And now we're back on it again, so.
Like, I remember for the longest time after the PlayStation 2, I didn't buy jack shit.
Really?
I had the GameCube, and that was the game I played.
The GameCube.
That's the thing. I didn't bring that up because I never had a GameCube.
The GameCube.
In my opinion, it didn't sell very well when it came out, but it was my favorite fucking Nintendo system at the time.
And my sister had a GameCube, and I played one game on there, and that's the crazy part is I played a game not much people play. But you guys ever played Beautiful Joe?
Yes.
That was the only game I played for the
sir.
GameCube. I was the only one, but that was a good ass game. It was awesome.
You played the second one?
No, not even that. I never played anything else like that. I never played the GameCube after that. So then that was the crazy part was I played Resident Evil 4 and people were like, this was on the GameCube, and I was like, it was?
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out I guess the GameCube version was 2 discs. Yeah.
You get one half of the disc and then you had to take it out.
There was a lot of games like that too.
Yeah.
There's just too much for the fucking GameCube to handle.
Yeah.
And if you remember, the discs were fucking tiny.
Small, yeah, you can put that shit in your pocket. I remember it was in Burger King actually giving out like games.
Oh, the Burger King games?
Yeah, they were giving
out
games
for
like
Xbox ones.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, the King one. Yeah, the King.
Dude, that was
sneak around and get people their fucking orders and shit.
That was actually kind of fun, but it was weird as fuck.
Dude, that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
It was fucking hilarious.
They actually wasted money trying to make those, so that's crazy. But yeah.
I can't believe they even fucking made a game.
That's hilarious, though.
Fucking, I mean, we went to Burger King and we got the game and then got home and we realized we didn't have the fucking system to play it on.
Really?
I was like, damn, I gotta find somebody. And one of my friends had an Xbox and, I was like, dude, here, play this. He's like, no, man, I already have it, but we'll play it if you want. I'm like, oh, what do I do with this thing? Went back home and tossed it in the air, pulled out my CO2, just... I was like, I don't know what else to do with this. What am I going to do? Go back to Burger King and be like, yeah, I don't have the system for this, so...
That's crazy, though, at that time, just Burger King giving out a game, like, you spent so much money on it.
I'm like, how desperate are you guys to get people into your restaurant? You could just give your burgers for half off. You didn't have to go that hard.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Kind of weird.
Weird time.
I know.
Weird time.
Guys, we already made the game. Just play the game, alright? Please, guys.
First handheld video game console. What was your first?
The original Game Boy. The black and white, the gray with the purple buttons. And
What was the first game you had on that?
oh, man. I think it was Pokemon.
Yeah,
Are you sure? You mean the Game Boy Color?
I didn't. Yeah, that's it. The Game Boy Color is the original.
No, what?
Or what call it? Well, the original Game Boy is the big white one, and then after that they made it colorful.
Pokemon didn't necessarily come out until after the.
But I'm pretty sure
I remember having that one.
the first Pokemon. Yeah.
I think you're right. I
could have swore like Red and Blue came out when Nintendo introduced the second series of the Game Boy.
Yeah, but I think the Pikachu one was the only one that came out at the beginning, wasn't it? Just the yellow one?
I think that.
Oh, I think you guys are right. Well, I
that one was
remember.
after Red and Blue. Red and Blue came out first, and then it was Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah. And then
But yeah, I remember having that. I just don't remember what games were on it. Because it wasn't really like something I would play with that often. Because I had consoles. Like, that was like the main thing I would play.
I'm just thinking in my head if it wasn't. I didn't have the big one, but I had. I'm not sure if it was that guy or the one where you flip open. The difference between those two Game Boys.
The SP?
Yeah, there you go. Wait, that's the SP, and that one's...
That's an SP, but that's modified. It doesn't flip.
And that one's the Advance, right?
Yeah, okay.
The Advance was my first system.
I think it was Advance, and then after that, I did get the SP. But yours was like a slider. I had the opener.
Yeah, that's modified.
That's what you're saying to me.
Yeah, it was the SP. It was the fold one, but I took it apart and made that. That's a completely modified, complete aluminum shell.
Custom.
Aluminum buttons, glass screen, LED light up back screen.
If you guys were here right now, you would
batteries.
see this. It's actually very nice, yes.
No, you probably see it up on our page. Maybe if I figure out how to put a picture up for these videos, they'll figure it out. But yeah, they look nice. They're actually unhinged.
Yeah.
Game Boy Advance SPs. You get that whole kit off of Boxy Pixel, is what it's called. It's boxypixel.com. You can get all that shit from there if you want to modify Game Boys. But back to the whole Game Boy thing. My first one was Game Boy Advance. I think I had Super Mario World 2 when you had the cape, Yoshi's Island stuff.
Yeah.
That was my first game. Pokemon Sapphire was my first Pokemon game. I had never got into Pokemon until Pokemon Sapphire, and that came out in 2003. I remember I went to Walmart. I looked
Sapphire,
at it.
is that the red one?
It's... Are you serious?
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck did I just hear?
Damn, that was a major record scratch. Like, no, man, it's the blue one. What the fuck?
Oh, the Crimson Red was the red one?
Ruby?
Did you
Ruby Red, there you go. I said, I had Ruby Red and I had Green. The fuck, the other one was?
Leaf Green.
Leaf Green, there you go. I had those two. And honestly, again, it was heavier. It was like, I'm playing them here, you never battle me. And yeah, we played
Pokemon Yellow was the first one for me.
The only thing that's annoying about that is I never got any stronger than heavier. So that's where all that got annoying. Because Abed had Pokemons that were like rare that he would look when that Game Shark came out and shit. And he would like figure out how to get all the rare Pokemons and all that. He had Mewtwo, all the birds and all that shit. Then he'd be like, battle me.
All the birds.
He'd be like, battle me. I'm like, dude, you're gonna beat me. There's no freaking point of battling you. He's like, I'll pick easier Pokemon too. What?
Bro, you're cheating.
Yeah.
What the hell?
To this day, I play
Why is this
Pokemon.
Canopy level 100?
Yeah.
Dude, I was wondering why he was so eager to fucking play me.
Oh, dude.
Pokemon. When the remakes of Ruby and Emerald, Ruby and Sapphire came out.
Oh, dude, even better.
He's like, dude, do you want to battle? I'm like, sure.
Yeah. He found out you can move your old Pokemon, supposedly. That's why.
Yeah.
He was ready to slide them old ones back into the game.
When that shit was announced, I was like, yep, I'm definitely all my Pokemon from Sapphire, and to now I have all of them from Sapphire all the way back on the Switch.
Yeah.
All my old Pokemon, even from way back then, are on my Switch now.
Yeah, because people were...
Like, that shit's wild.
I definitely see you as like a handheld Pokemon guy.
I love Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't get me wrong.
Wait a minute.
I love Pokemon too.
Would you kiss a Pokemon?
Depends which one. Anyway.
Mr. Mime.
No, what was that? Jinx?
Oh.
We said Mr. Mime.
No.
Okay.
I know Ash's mom and Mr. Mime have been getting it. Hey, I'm not joking. If you look at his Pokédex entry, it's like he eventually replaces the dad. That's what it says.
Really?
That's what it says, his Pokedex entry. I shit you not. Look up Mr. Mime's Pokedex entry.
That's funny.
One of them says it in there. He's like, oh, Mr. Mime will come in and eventually replace the role of the father figure.
And then I remember they said that there's like a scene where Mr. Oak says hi to his mom, and then Mr. Mime's all mad about it, like, why is this guy here? Yeah, he's like, why is this guy here?
Dude, in one of the newer seasons, I guess Ash's mom is with him on some kind of weird trip in like the fucking Alola region or something.
Yeah.
Mr. Mime's hand is on her lap.
Yeah, see?
Damn, Mr. Mind.
Fuck?
Professor Oak has no chance. Have you seen the fingers on that bad boy?
Dude, he can.
Oh, that's true.
Saying?
Yeah.
He's like,
Gosh.
the power of thought, baby.
But yeah, back to Pokemon gaming. Honestly, I like Pokemon. I love Pokemon. I love playing it whenever I get the chance, but I was never like dove into it like you guys did.
Yeah.
I know you could probably name every Pokemon.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
Dude, there was a lot of fucking Pokemon games that I thought were stupid as hell. Like, I like Pokemon games, but there was just some that just total garbage, man. Like, fuck, which one was it? It was the one that had that sun lion and that bat. Whatever the hell. Sun and Moon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
Isn't
skipped
that more for the
those.
DSs, though? Yeah.
I skipped those. And what was the other recent ones?
Shield and Sword.
No, I played that one.
Yeah.
Because that was introducing the more open world concept after Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is a good game.
Yeah.
If you never played it,
I want to. I just
mean,
don't have time.
I spent
man.
hours on that fucking. My sister has spent over 800. I don't know how the fuck. I think I got the numbers wrong. Either she spent over 80 hours playing the game or 800 hours.
Wait,
now.
we're talking about Breath of the Wild, that one that's on Switch, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm aware. Okay.
Second one's coming out.
That's why. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that comes out May.
Something of Tears or something like that?
Yes, Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
But,
Nerd.
What the fuck
Anyways.
are we talking about? Pokemon?
Pokemon.
No,
I mean-
like, so Sun and Moon, I skipped Sun and Moon. There was another one that I fucking skipped. I don't remember what the hell it was, but...
Is it a Aloha one?
Isn't
The
that what
Hawaiian
it
one?
is? Sun and Moon?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, it
man.
is,
I stopped
I think.
playing it.
Yeah.
No.
I don't remember either.
But,
I mean,
Sword, I played Sword, and then actually right now, my wife got me Violet.
okay.
Actually, that's pretty
the Scarlet and Violet, yeah.
It's pretty decent right now. That
Yeah.
one's full on open world.
Yeah.
And
See-
like, you know, in the old games, you had to go to one gym, the first gym, and then the second one.
Yeah.
This one, you could go to wherever you want.
And that's what I
It's
didn't
the
like
one
about...
like the Pokemons or the bikes too. And it's like
Richard?
weird.
I don't remember
so
that.
bad? Well, that's what it is now.
Oh, it is? Oh.
It's like
I
I
mean-
didn't understand it either. Looking at the box art cover, I saw the red one, I saw the purple one. I'm like, the purple one makes more sense. So, my wife got me that one. But now I'm playing the game, like, oh, now the red one makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Nah,
guess
I'm gonna go buy the red one.
I got Sword and Shield, but I just didn't like it because I felt like it wasn't explory enough compared to like the first one. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. No.
Because it was more like a pattern in that game. Like you kind of just followed a line, and your dude was like, kind of like compared to the other one. I guess it just looked more bigger in 2D or whatever, in my opinion. But I mean, I didn't just play Pokemon, so
You can't beat like that nostalgic feeling of
Right.
2D overview.
But remember when they remade the 2D and put it on the DS though? That shit was
That
dope.
was pretty cool.
Yeah, that
I
shit was dope. You
remember
remember that? They redid
Which
it.
Pokemon?
They remade Pokemon. I believe it's oh shit, I gotta check. But like they remade one of the Pokemons. They made it into 2D, and it was really fucking good.
Are you talking about Ruby and Sapphire?
I believe yes. I think you're right. I believe you're right. Yeah.
I actually ended up getting both games.
Yeah, and it was that good though. It was great in the 2D. Like it was
It
amazing.
was really good. That's just the remake was fucking incredible for those games. Like the weird mechanics, the new mechanics introducing like their mega forms.
Yeah,
That was kind of weird.
and there's also moments where you gotta shake the switch, don't you? Like for like
Really? See, like
Yeah.
to me, this is all new to me.
If you're talking about like, hey, if you shake the handheld after you throw a Pokeball, you're
there you go.
No,
That's what I was
that's
told.
fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
That's
You
a thing?
Damn idiot.
Supposedly they say that. Yeah.
People
Yeah,
are
if you
doing
shake
that?
if you shake your
Really?
system,
It'll help you
help
Control the Pokemon and the
or
Pokemon.
catch the Pokeball,
Yeah.
catch the Pokemon easier or some shit. But you're like a dumbass just shaking. Come on, come on.
But was like Pokemon the only one you ever played on the handheld? Like, did you play any other games
Which one?
on like any of the Game Boys?
On the handheld stuff?
Yeah.
It was mainly just like Mario, Legend of Zelda remakes.
See, this is where I
See,
go
the
back.
popular games, yeah.
It's like the mainstream games.
I'm about to
Like
say-
any like side games that I've never heard about, or
Yeah.
if anybody else has played it. I think it was Metabots.
See,
Oh,
I mean,
I remember Metabots.
the only game again is where I go back to the whole I like Dragon Ball Z thing. Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku. There was like 1 and 2, and number 1 was kind of ass, but number 2 was really good, and that's when they had the Cell Saga and all that shit. And it's because they gave you that whole view of like the Pokemon vibe in there, where you can like go around the whole town and all that shit, and you can turn Super Saiyan, take Senso Beans, use like life regeneration. Like it was cool. It was probably one of the funnest games I played on the handheld back in the time too. So
Yeah, I wasn't really much of a handheld kind of guy. I was mostly just playing the console. So like, I played the Pokemon games from like I think all the way up to Gold.
Yeah.
That's where I pretty much stopped. And then we got the PSP at one time. You guys remember that? The PSP? That was pretty legit. I liked that. That was pretty cool. They had a good concept.
That was
but
one of the most advanced handheld consoles.
it was insane
the
for the
time.
time. I'm like, that's
Exactly.
crazy.
All I
And
remember is the first game they ever
it's
dropped
still,
when it was
if
like
you try to look for
300.
it, the PSP.
Yeah, it was like the game 300, right? When they dropped the movie, they dropped the game, and I think that was like one of the first ones ever came out on the PSP. I'm pretty
But I
sure.
mean, if you try looking for one now, it's still really high.
Oh no,
end.
yeah.
I think I remember a couple years back I was trying to get a hold of the PlayStation Vita.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't that the one that they
My
got?
brother got one from his girlfriend because somebody left that at the school. I think she was a teacher or something.
She stole it.
And she's like, I found this. Do you want it? And my brother's like, give me that shit. Yeah. And so he had a PSP Vita. He has it still.
Like my cousin who got an Oculus, they sent it to the wrong address, and she's like, "Well, I got an Oculus now."
Sucks. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure we could go talking about fucking video
But
games.
now,
for the
but video
longest
games now
goddamn
is
time.
just fucking crazy. Whoa.
We'll have to continue this another time because we're way past the time that I expected we were going to talk about video games. Which you can tell right now is one of the deeper conversations we're probably ever going to have on the show. Hopefully there's going to be more, but like I said, we're going to have to continue this topic another time because man, there's way too much shit to talk about. So thanks for tuning in. This is Diego signing off. We got Carlos and Richard. You guys want to add anything?
Peace out.
Yeah,
I'm going to bed.
No, damn. Yeah, it's about time. It's late. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.